From the Fox 10 Gulf Stream, this is Next Weather.
Well, this is an extraordinary system with severe potential, and we're looking at an area of low pressure that's very, very deep nearby. That means we're going to see a lot of wind, and for more on what you can expect in your community, here's meteorologist Matt Barentine.
Yeah, just the general wind gusts tonight are going to be pretty extreme. It's going to look a lot like what we would show during a tropical system, and it's going to be a widespread wind event, and the winds will be higher obviously in the individual thunderstorms where you get those thunderstorm gusts. But let's go ahead and show you what we got here. Take this full. Here's the wind gusts that we anticipate. I'll put this into motion here for us tonight. We're looking at those winds getting up over 50 miles per hour. Those wind gusts being that high here for us this evening. That is going to be something else. It's around 9. I'll put this in motion to midnight. Now the winds are swinging out of the south, driving in that warm, unstable air. That's what's really going to allow these storms to fire up. You got the warm, unstable air, then you got very strong winds. I mean, over 50 miles per hour. And once again, this is sort of the general wind gusts. They'll be stronger in the individual thunderstorms. That continues around 3 a.m. Look at these wind gusts now, 58, 59 miles per hour showing up in parts of the panhandle. Here we go around 6 a.m. Now notice the change. West of 65, the wind gusts begin to come down. East of 65 in the panhandle still extremely strong because that's where the storms are. And then as we get past that hours and get to about 9 o'clock, now you see the winds beginning to calm on down. So we will see them calm down, but we're going to have to get to around daybreak tomorrow. Before that happens, we have a high wind warning because of all this. Well, like I said, generally we see these during tropical systems. So we got a very similar kind of setup. Hopefully you've already taken care of things, you know, buttoned up any outdoor furniture, that sort of thing, because things are going to blow around tonight, and it's going to be a pretty rough evening with these very gusty winds. Jason?
Well, let's talk about what this means as far as us being in a level 3 enhanced risk. The Storm Prediction Center puts out a prediction saying when we are in a level of severe risk. 1 would be the lowest, that's marginal risk. 5 would be the highest. We almost never see a high risk in our area, but we have seen a level 3 and 4 moderate risk or enhanced risk in a level 3. And we're currently in that level 3 enhanced risk for tonight, and that's going to be primarily late tonight through about daybreak on Tuesday morning. The potential is there for damaging winds over 80 miles an hour. So extraordinarily strong thunderstorms, flooding rain, and we could see a few strong tornadoes in our area. And that covers pretty much the entire Gulf Coast with the exception of the far inland areas where we're still seeing a risk in that slight risk zone. Breaking down the tornadic risk, we've got a 10% probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a given point. Now, a tornado is usually something that can track a pretty good distance, but it also can be unique to only certain locations. It's very narrow. It's not like a hurricane, which can affect the entire area. So to have a tornado come within 25 miles of you, that's a close call, but you may not even get any damage. While 1 or 2 neighborhoods over, there may be problems. So what they're saying here from the Storm Prediction Center is there is a 10% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of you, and then this hatched designation means that tornadoes that do form could be on the strong side. Also, wind. 30% probability of a storm with damaging winds within 25 miles of a given point. And within the hatched area, we could see winds that are more than just severe thunderstorm winds, up around 70 or even 80 miles an hour tonight. Severe weather outlook has us in that enhanced risk zone. So now you know a little bit more about what those risk zones mean. And sometimes you see a risk just for hail or for hail and wind or for wind and tornadoes. And tonight it's wind and tornadoes plus a little flooding mixed in as the major threat for the Gulf Coast. Thanks for joining us here on Next Weather.